Hi everyone, it's me. I wanted to touch today on parental alienation and um, maybe give tips how to survive it because I have been on this path for about 10 years and I have two daughters and four grandchildren and they don't know I exist. So, is my situation uncommon? No, it's not. So, I want to touch on, I don't know, possibly give people hope or tips or direction because I've been reading lately just some very tough words from people that basically have wanted to end their lives, have checked themselves in for mental health, say, I can't do this. People that really feel they have no hope and that because their children have chosen to disconnect, that they feel they no longer have purpose in this world and they don't know what to do. And I have to admit, when my oldest daughter left, my youngest daughter was still at home. So I did have that. But then when my youngest daughter, she moved out, it was tough on both ends. But then when both of your children are gone or all of them are gone, it's one of those situations that as a parent, if you want to be a part of your children's lives as they grow older and get married and have their own children, it's a tough pill to swallow. But sorry, I'm trying to work with a cough lately and just have to start taking probably more vitamins. I don't know. Anyways, I want to talk about, when I read words that are just of people who are at the end of their rope or feel they have no reason to go on. The first thing I say is what around you it gives you joy. And sometimes they say nothing. And it's hard to bring it's hard to bring someone out of a grave or a hole when they've chosen to dig the hole and they're sitting in it and they're slowly piling dirt on themselves. And that's a tough place to be in, and I'm sure it's possible that I've known quite a few people who have gotten in that hole but have dug themselves back out, kicking and screaming and clawing. And so the first thing I suggest uh, is to look around you and find things that spark joy. In the Marie Kondo thing, things that spark joy, and the first thing we have to do is find things that spark joy. And if there are things in your home that are causing you strife or to cry, such as pictures of your children, whatever is causing you to cry, those are the things slowly we have to, and not dispose of, but slowly pack away and put it in the box where you have your box where you have past, present, and future, and sometimes you have to box things up and put them in the box that is labeled past because I want I think the most important thing about my life is I focus on what I've been gifted and what I am allowed to enjoy. And to me, I was single for a long time before I met my husband, so it's not like I've always had this life. But I when I was single prior to meeting my husband, I filled my home with different various pieces of artwork I had found at the thrift store, estate sales, and things like that. And I really just filled my life up. It was as if when you walked, when Dorothy landed in Oz and she walked out and it was filled with color and rainbows, and that's what I filled my life with. So I had to surround myself with new things that brought me joy. And I did. And slowly but surely, after a lot of therapy and a lot of talking and a lot of accepting, I finally was able to meet someone who was able to pull me into, not pull me, but I was able to create a new life So now I have a wonderful husband, a stepson, two puppies, chickens. I have created a new life for myself. And so I have my past box, and I have my present box, and I have my future box. And all I know is for right now, I see my life as being filled with joy, new types of joys. I do have a relationship with my cousin's children, so that's a blessing. I basically count my blessings, and I look at how far I've come, and I can't believe I've survived this. And I can't believe that I actually find a reason to smile and laugh and get up in the morning. I think those are things you have to put around you, or things that give you a reason to get up in the morning and keep moving. This is a very emotional subject, because it's not when you start putting things in your past box that you're negating your previous life, or you're negating your life with your children. But when the relationship is no longer there and they've chosen to disconnect, when your children move on and they do choose to forego having a relationship. Sometimes parents have so heavily identified as just being a mom or just being a dad that they forget about the individual person inside who was there prior to having children, and prior to getting married, and prior to living that life. You think about the life you had as a teenager and young adult, and it's almost as if we had the individual life, or maybe you had a family life, and then you had your own family, and then you moved on, and that's another third chapter. And you may have a fourth chapter, because maybe you get married, and I'm married, and if my spouse, if we, that time when one of us is no longer here, then there's another chapter in your life. And basically, that's what you have, various chapters. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope this video gives someone hope. I am not perfect. I, most of the time, have a handle on this. But it's all about where I focus. And if I focus on my present, and I focus on things that bring me joy and things that are attainable in my life, it's just easier to continue to walk, and continue to get up, and continue to keep moving forward. So that's all I have to say. I don't know what else to say. I'm not perfect. I'm not a psychologist or a therapist. I don't have a magic pill, but all I know is, because I'm at a different place, I'm thinking maybe I can give others hope. So all I have to do right now is focus on what I can see, touch, taste, and feel. And I hope that helps someone else. And other than that, I hope everyone's having a good day, and we'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.